Hello and welcome to another edition of Back in Shape with T. I'm Tarache, and today's video, Father's Day, was inspired by a brother by the name of Jean. I run into this brother consistently when I'm up north near my fitness studio. And today we were talking about, briefly, exercises to build the chest. And of course, we all know push-ups of all varieties, and I have a video here that has a lot of different varieties of push-ups. We know that doing push-ups at home will build the chest. That is no question. But there are other apparatuses for those of you who will not be joining a gym or getting out to a gym due to whatever constraints you may have. Might be time. But there's a way for you to get an excellent pump, and I'm going to try to explain those in the bodybuilding principles using exercise bands, resistance bands. I'm going to grab my heavy resistance bands, and I know it's heavy because it's labeled heavy. I'm going to do a basic chest press for 10 reps, but watch me do it here. I'm squeezing. I'm going to do a maximum voluntary contraction and getting a strong stretch behind. I'll do anywhere from 10 to 15 reps per set, and I will flex the pec muscles each rep. Watch me go all the way back to stretch the pec and squeeze in front. Now, I'm not doing this too fast. I could do this 3 times faster, but I'm working on a maximum voluntary contraction of the pecs. I'm actually trying to time this to where I could do a repetition that will last anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds. So here I'm taking the bands and I'm stretching the pec. One thing that a lot of people who don't know much about bodybuilding will never understand how important it is to stretch the muscle to stimulate growth. Stretching stimulates growth. Elbows up. And there I am squeezing in. And the eccentric, as I bring it back for the negative, I'm coming slow back. But when I come in, horizontal adduction and squeeze and flex the pecs in front. Bodybuilding style. When bodybuilders get on stage, they are flexing their muscles with no resistance. That's called a maximum voluntary contraction. I want you to use the bands as if you're flexing on stage. That's the best way to get the most out of it. Now I'm going to show you another variation of maximum voluntary contraction. See here, what I'm trying to do is keep the muscle stimulated by flexing in between sets. That helps to develop a little bit more deep muscular tension while doing the exercise. A lot of people can't feel the muscle they're supposed to train. So sometimes flexing or posing in between sets will help you with your mind-muscle connection. Going for a third set of 10. You can try this. Working on that stretch back all the way. Squeeze the muscle yet again. Trying to keep my neck straight. I try not to put my chin down or try not to cock my head to one side because I don't want to involve the muscles that are attached to the neck, the upper traps or the sternocleidomastoid muscles. I don't want them to get too involved. So the best I can do is try to keep my chin up as much as possible without putting too much strain on the cervical spine. Each rep, I was squeezing out, trying to flex. And here I am stretching once again in between sets. So using the heavy resistance band, this is quite easy for me. So I have to make it hard by both flexing while I do the exercise and flexing in between sets. And you can see in the upper portion of the pec, even though I'm not super lean, I am activating those cross striations. And that's what we're trying to get, cross striations within the chest. You can develop, if you do this consistently, if you're using resistance bands and you're only doing 3 to 4 sets of a routine like this, 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps, you could do this 3 days a week. I'm doing another hands on hip, most muscular flexion of the pecs. This way, every repetition that I do with this band, which is not really hard for me, but I'm making it harder by flexing in between sets. So I want, if there's anything I can get you to kind of understand, is how to make this into an advanced training technique. Here I'm going to the pec fly, pure horizontal adduction of the shoulder girdle. And watch this, I stretch back and squeeze and stretch. It's all about the squeeze and stretch, taking my time. I'm not letting the bands whip me back. I'm using my muscles to slow the band down as it goes back. And the resistance on both ends is hard. The flexion, when I push them together, and when I hold them back, the stabilization. That's giving me the stretch that I need to stimulate muscle growth, and the squeeze. I'm also now using with my palms facing up and leaning forward. I'm using the bands to stretch the pec. Again, two things that I'm doing odd in between this kind of routine. I am both stretching the muscle out backwards, and I am both flexing, sometimes doing the bodybuilding poses. Those two things help to stimulate way more muscle development than just using these bands alone. You have to be super creative by using stretching techniques. To give you an idea of how long you should be stretching the muscle, try 10 seconds at a clip. 10 to 30 seconds is fine. That squeeze, that control. Again, 10 to 15 reps here. Mostly I'm doing 10 because I'm really forcing the contraction when I go forward. Maximum voluntary contraction, maximum voluntary stretch. Stretch, shorten. Open the muscle, close the muscle. And again, I'm focused on my neck health. If my neck is in pain, I have to readjust my head. I don't want to involve the neck muscles too much. They're involved enough, just holding my head up right. I'm just trying to be super focused and super smart how I do this type of routine. And I'm getting a pump here. Blood's pumping through my pecs for sure. Now look at my stretch here. Palms up. Now turn the palms all the way down and squeeze my shoulder blades back. Notice how my arms are down. They're not up. Now lift the arms up a little more. Turning the palms out. And now I'm turning them all the way backwards to get a different kind of stretch. Palms facing up toward the ceiling. Supinated, pronated. Palms down. And then rotate them all the way to the palms are facing backwards. Those are about 3 to 4 different kinds of stretching that I do. In between, again, to stimulate the muscle, you have to stretch it because a stretch puts a kind of stress on the muscle. I'm using a lot of S words, stretch and stress. And now here we go with the last set of pec flies. Pay attention, 10 reps. And trust and believe I'm slowing the band as I go backwards. And these repetitions, each one of these 10, last about 5 seconds from beginning to end. Just controlling it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and squeeze 2, 3, 4, 5. You get it? There's a rhythm to how you want to do stuff like this. Now, I'm going to show you guys something pretty interesting and cool. This is the total body bar by 7-time Mr. Natural, no steroids, Mr. Natural Olympia, Ron Williams. And with that bar, there is a very heavy resistance band that unhooks from the side of the bar so you can attach it to a fixed point like you do. So I'm going to be doing the same thing, one set of chest press to show you what it looks like with the Ron Williams total body bar. I love this. Fat grip here. Underneath my chin, I push out same way, elbows up, squeezing out. It's a great piece of equipment. Again, if you could get your hands on the Ron Williams total body bar, you guess you could just look it up, Google Ron Williams. This total body bar is pretty cool. I do my biceps on this. I'll do some rows for the back, and I will typically attach it to a tree when I'm outdoors, and I might do some chest press, or if the dog's running around in the backyard, I'll also do some chest press against the trees or the basketball hoop that is nearby in the driveway. I will attach it. Now, me detaching it to show you that the bar also works as a kind of a pec fly. There's a resistance band on the two handles, and I can't explain this. I could show you better than I can explain it. So that's me attaching, the resistance band to it, the big resistance band. I'll take that off so you could see me use this now as a pec fly. It's a great piece of equipment, and I'm squeezing against the bar as I close or slide the handles in together to the middle of the bar against that red that you see. That's a rubber band attached to the end of the bar and to the end of each one of those handles, which slides along the bar, and that rubber band resistance is helping me get one hell of a pump in my pecs. I'm like super pumped. It's getting so hard for me to do more repetitions here. This really feels like I'm basically maxing out. I'm burnt out. Now, this is the type of stuff that helps you get this dense, muscle fiber by attacking the slow twitching muscle fibers and pumping the glycogen into the muscles. You get much stronger and much deeper muscles by lifting heavier weights. But if you don't have heavy weights, this works. I also suggest I get bendable bars on Amazon. This is a great way to help build the pecs as well. Squeeze, I flex at the bottom, trying to bring my shoulders and elbows down and really flex against the bar. A bendable bar is very, very, very similar to doing a cable crossover. Similar in that the way the horizontal adduction of the shoulder girdle works to stimulate the muscle fiber, it is right there. So I'm so happy that I ran into my man, Jacques. Happy Father's Day to you guys. I hope this long, extended, healthy tip video gives you something to think about, and I'll catch you next time.